morning. I'm Sean Bevan, principal of this wonderful school, and I'm honored to celebrate the commencement of the class of 2021. I invite you all to stand and welcome our seniors. Graduate from Algonquin Regional High School until you do a quarter mile and off of your gear. It's hard to predict how deep the crowds will come and how many people will be there. It's a huge class. Hey guys. There you go. Thank you. Guests, please remain standing, and seniors, please stand at this time for a recording of the national anthem performed by our senior vocalists. You may be seated. Thank you to the senior vocalists for preparing that recording so that we can all appreciate your talents. Before we begin today's ceremony, I would like to introduce the people who have joined me here on stage for what is a much more traditional graduation ceremony. Mr. Greg Martineau, Superintendent of Schools, Mrs. Joan Frank, Northborough-Southborough Regional School Committee Chair, and the following members of the Northborough-Southborough Regional School Committee: Mrs. Karen Ayers, Mr. Paul Desmond, Mr. Sean O'Shea, Mr. Chris Cavino, and Ms. Kathleen Howland. Let's have a round of applause. Additionally, joining us today are Ms. Stephanie Reinhorn, Assistant Superintendent of Schools, and Ms. Brittany Burns and Mr. Sean Staines, Senior Class Co-Advisors. I want to share my deep appreciation to the many individuals who worked tirelessly as members of the behind-the-scenes team, which was instrumental in planning and organizing today's ceremony. They include Mr. Mike Gorman and the facilities team, my fellow administrators, Mrs. Carmignani, Mr. McDonald, and Mr. McGowan, my assistant, Ms. Capalbo, and the staff of the Northborough Cable Access. Today's celebration would not have been possible without their help and support. And now I would like to invite Superintendent Greg Martineau to share his welcome address.
Good morning and welcome, class of 2021, on this 58th graduation of Algonquin Regional High School. First and foremost, on behalf of faculty, staff, and the Northborough-Southborough Regional School Committee, congratulations, class of 2021. I'd also like to welcome members of the school committee, administrators, faculty, staff, parents, and guests, and invite each of you to witness the awarding of the diplomas and turning of the tassels. I have had the honor to serve as the superintendent of the public schools of Northborough and Southborough this past year, and what a year this has been for the class of 2021. Graduates, each of you represents one member of the 388 graduating seniors that make up the RHS class of 21. Over the past 4 years, you have learned, competed, laughed, cried, celebrated, grown, and endured together. Although I don't want to speak for others, I am sure that many would agree with me that we are excited about your next journey, whether it's traveling the world, joining the military, starting a career, or going to college. Seniors, raise your hand if you know exactly where you are headed in the fall. I'm sure your parents are glad you know. If you are not sure, you are not alone. Although you may think that many of your classmates know precisely what they want to be when they grow up, that's most likely not the case. In your studies over the past several years, I'm confident that you learned about Dr. Albert Einstein. You know he was a theoretical theorist and widely thought of as one of the greatest physicists of all time. I promise you I'm not going to relate your graduation to quantum mechanics or the theory of relativity. Instead, I have a quick story. But before I begin, let me set the stage. It's the 1940s in Princeton, New Jersey. You are on a train, and the conductor is punching tickets. This was the world before smartphones and QR codes. If you've seen the movie Polar Express, you may recall the character Billy sitting on the train as the conductor visited passengers to punch their tickets. That is how I'm picturing this story in my mind. Here's the story. Einstein was once traveling from Princeton on a train when the conductor came down the aisle, punching the tickets of every passenger. When it came to Einstein, Einstein reached in his pocket. He couldn't find his ticket, so he reached in his trousers pockets. It wasn't there. So he looked in his briefcase, but couldn't find it. Then he looked in the seat beside him. Still, no ticket. The conductor said, "Dr. Einstein, I know who you are. We all know who you are. I'm sure you bought a ticket. Don't worry about it." Einstein nodded appreciatively. The conductor continued down the aisle, punching tickets. As he was ready to move to the next car, he turned around and saw the great physicist down on his hands and knees, looking under a seat for his ticket. The conductor rushed back and said, Dr. Einstein, don't worry. I know who you are. No problem. You don't need a ticket. I'm sure you bought one." Einstein looked at him and said, "Young man, I too know who I am. What I don't know is where I'm going." You see, even Einstein had no idea where he was headed. Seniors, as you continue your journey beyond RHS, it's okay not to know exactly where you are headed. You may have your train ticket punched for college, the military, or career. What is important is to enjoy the train ride, connect with other passengers along your journey, learn from those who you meet, and set goals for a destination. And if you lose your way or your ticket, rely on those conductors around you to support your goals and help you find your way. Teachers, friends, parents, and family members. There are always people who will help you along your travels. Congratulations, class of 2021. You did it, and you have much to be proud of. At this time, it's an honor to invite Class President David Gillingham to share the President's Address.
Hey. Good morning, soon-to-be graduates of the class of 2021, and welcome to families, faculty, staff, administrators, school board members, and friends who are here in this weather because they care about us. We are so happy that we can spend this moment here, on this field, in person, with so many of you who have championed us along the way. To begin, let's take a moment of gratitude, not to check off a box, but to actually appreciate those who have lifted us up from our middle school selves. These are families who came to every game and performance, who drove across the state for practices and rehearsals, who had the pep talks at the ready for the tough classes, who made the coffee for the late nights, who dragged us out of bed in the morning, and who believed in us when we couldn't or didn't believe in ourselves. These are the teachers who refused to give up on us when circumstances got tough, who were always generous with extra help, who graciously let the pushy student join them for lunch, who encouraged us to think and stretch in new ways, and who made us believe that the impossible was in fact possible. These are the administrators and staff who made our school actually work, from school plans to late passes, to friendly meals and clean classrooms, who do all of this for us and the dreams that we pursue. I certainly owe more than a share of gratitude on all of these fronts. I am thankful to my mom for her quiet enthusiasm, to my dad for his quiet support, and to my older brother Ben for embracing a quirky kid for a sibling and enduring all the firsts so I wouldn't have to. I am even thankful to Canvas. Yes, Canvas, for providing a stream of bar and whisker plots that never failed to humble me when I needed it most. And finally, I thank you, my extraordinary fellow classmates, for entrusting me to be your class president these 4 years. It's truly meant the world. Even this year, you and your friends have persevered under difficult circumstances. You focused on supporting each other and refused to forfeit joy. So let's remember this time and these people. All too often, our past becomes mere memories that are relegated to the back of our mind until they are forgotten. Soon, our high school experience will become one of those memories. And while we should never live in the past, we also must be unafraid to carry parts of our lives into our future. So keep in touch with your favorite teachers. They have more wisdom to share. And let your high school friends become your lifelong friends. Some of you loved Algonquin. Some of you didn't. Most of you fell somewhere in between. Regardless, we have all met some truly wonderful people here. So today, don't say goodbye to them, because bidding farewell implies it's the end of the relationship. Instead, step into the light with them by your side. Whether you are wetting your quill to write the next chapter of your life, or burning the book and starting from scratch, don't forget to bring a few co-authors here along the way. Our paths will branch in a pattern that mirrors the tree of life. Some of us will pursue higher education, whether here with programs like CAP or at other institutions. Some will join the armed forces to serve this beloved country and protect the freedoms we cherish. Others are ready to join the workforce and take on adult responsibilities. Some will take a gap year to ask the meaningful questions before charting their future. We all have unique and valuable gifts. Pursue them to your own satisfaction, but at the same time, make sure that you use them to help others along the way. Whatever you do with passion and do with humility. So step up and take your rightful place in this world. One thing I've learned in student government is that most decisions are made by those who show up. Never relinquish your voice to someone else. If nothing else, always use your right to vote. This is an exciting, yet intimidating time. But fear should not stop us from drafting our own adventures. Destiny is the old lie we tell ourselves to comfort us in the face of uncertainty. The sooner we let go of this lie, the sooner we can become the architects of our own futures. It's time we flip over the map someone else created for us and write our own instructions on the back. You've worked so hard to get to this moment. Now, all you need to ask yourself is what will you do when it's only up to you? Congratulations, class of 2021, and Godspeed. All right, and now I'd like to invite our senior class essayists, Jake Clancy and Fabia Kareem.
Look to your left. Look to your right. Statistically, all of you had absolutely no clue if we'd even have a graduation. They say high school is about finding your true self, but let's be real, we still haven't. In all seriousness, welcome the class of 2021 graduates, and thank you to all the family members and friends who took time out of their day to be here. We did it. We conquered years of burnout, trauma, heartbreak, and all-nighters cramming for tests we should have studied harder for. Here we are, standing among students who pushed themselves past their limits even when the world had all odds stacked against them. So, let's give it up for the class of 2021.
Back 4 years ago, almost to this day, we were all sitting in the middle school lunchroom talking about what was in store for us the next upcoming years. And frankly, all that we could agree upon was that it was time for us to move on. We were all excited for the biggest memories of high school, which we would cherish forever, such as prom, DECA's ICDC, senior ball, and being able to stand like 5.5 feet next to someone. But we were all nervous too. Nervous of the big new school we were going to. Nervous of meeting the other town's kids. Nervous that we finally had the freedom and responsibility of being in the spotlight. We would no longer be on the bleachers. We would be the stars of the plays that Algonquin put on, starting for varsity as the whole town cheered, and be the juvenile delinquents that the moms would complain about in their Facebook group chats.
Young, Dumb, and Broke by Khalid was trending freshman year, but it could not be truer for what was to come. With our clunky braces and fear of getting anything below an A in computer essentials, we were almost ready to take on this new chapter of our lives. Work hard, play hard.
Drench your clothes in Axe and Bath & Body Works perfume.
Try to get to know the other town's kids, despite the stereotypes.
Southborough will always be slightly inferior.
We've dismantled the walls and developed so many beautiful, everlasting friendships. Some people you'd even bring to your wedding in 10 years. We started our first impressions with day for change apologies, and if you didn't know someone's personal life before, you surely did in that moment. Sicko mode and Mobamba on repeat. Fortnite was at its peak.
Where are we dropping, boys?
We all cringed at that, but let's be real. We're all gonna look back 4 years from now and cringe at what we're doing today. Algonquin girls already felt revolted by Gonk boys, so they looked towards the next best thing. St. John's studs. All in all, our freshman and sophomore years were a time of learning and discovery.
Once we became upperclassmen, we knew it would be difficult, but we now had to set the example for the rest of the school. We were no longer the little minnows in a huge pond. We were now the slightly larger minnows in the huge pond. Kobe died. The California forest fires happened. The great bathroom bandit ran around the science hallway shoving apples down toilets. Triple E, murder hornets. These were all problems we faced. But we had to carry on and set the example for the little fish. The years of our most rigorous courses.
Getting our licenses when half of us shouldn't even be allowed on roads.
Working at our first jobs.
Preparing for the prom we never had.
and the pandemic. It was lonely and our mental health hit some valleys. TikTok kept us distracted. The TikTok bros kept us disturbed. During those months of not seeing each other, we found time to do the things we loved and discovered new hobbies. We learned to love life at its worst and cherish these moments in the face of obstacle. We gave up things we so deeply desired for the sake of returning to normal life. But most importantly, we became independent in the grand scheme of things and mentally matured in inexplicable ways.
The future begins today. Most of us are staying in New England, ready to find our homes away from home, but some of us are going across the country or even abroad. We had dreamt about being astronauts and firefighters, but now we find ourselves simmering down with new careers in mind. Entrepreneurs, doctors, engineers. We'll all unite years down the line and potentially see all of our past dreams come to fruition. We're moving on to a period in our life where you won't be hunted down for not carrying a bathroom pass or be tracked by Life 360 once you step out the door. You become the narrator of your life story, and the world is in your hands from this moment onwards based on the choices you make. On behalf of the Algonquin graduating class of 2021, we would like to thank everyone who has helped us get this far and made our journey possible. Firstly, all of our teachers who have taught us so much more than just the curriculum that they're required to teach. To be fair, they also tested us on far more than just the curriculum that they're required to teach. They have become mentors to each and every one of us, and I encourage every senior here to find a couple teachers today that have changed your life and thank them for everything. Next, we would like to thank the rest of the Algonquin staff, the administration, the lunch ladies, who I swear are some of the nicest people I've ever met, always with a smile on their face, and the custodial force, who's the backbone of life here at Algonquin.
Next, some of the most important people in our lives, and those are our parents. Without them, we would not have been able to get a cookie one time during lunch like 3 months ago, courtesy of the PTO. Our parents and guardians have seen us through thick and thin. They have helped us through everything, whether it be homework, sports, social problems, applying to colleges, and even though we might not always see eye to eye, and more often than not are slightly embarrassed by them, we all appreciate you and everything you have done. The last group of people we want to thank is every single person sitting here in a maroon cap and gown. Most of you probably have not realized how much your peers have helped you grow the last 4 years. Even if it was just 1 or 2 encounters back in freshman year, they've all helped you become the incredible people you are today. People often talk about the butterfly effect, and not just the Travis Scott song. But think about the one time someone reached out. Someone gave you an opportunity to do something you might not have done otherwise. The one conversation that at the time was just a small talk, but changed your life. Now, I haven't learned much in math the last 4 years, but what I have realized is that 2 sides of an equation must be equal. So for every person that's helped you grow, you have helped people grow too. You have taught each other so much, not just about school, but about life in general. I do not know where I would be without all the friends I made here along the way, and I know every single one of you feels the same way. Now, you might have helped people grow throughout the Algonquin journey, but now once again look to the future, and about how many more lives, as a class, we will help, and the greater impact we will have on all of them. We are going to change lives for the better. Now, real quick before we end, we were told to give you guys some advice for the future, but we have 0 qualifications whatsoever to give anyone advice about anything. So we decided it'd be nice to go to the class and ask people around if they have any advice for the future. And unfortunately, they did not, so we went to Google.
Always say yes to an adventure.
The worst experiences make for the best stories.
Mistakes build character.
Always be nice to people who have access to your toothbrush.
Get comfortable with the uncomfortable.
Aspire to inspire before we expire.
You know, we never really grow up, we just learn how to act in public.
If you need to stick a fork in a toaster, make sure it's a plastic one.
Stay classy, Algonquin.
See you in 5 years.
20!
21!
For the record, I understood about 20% of the pop culture references in that entire speech, and I'm proud of even getting that far. Please join me in thanking David, Fabia, and Jake for speaking today. It takes poise, preparation, and more than a little bravery to do so, and they did beautifully. Seniors, I would like to thank you for welcoming me to Algonquin. I've always felt in my school that students don't come to my school, I come to theirs. And you made me feel welcome and appreciated here in your school. My only regret is that I only got to know you for 1 year and not more. As this year stretched on, and as I felt more and more like a member of the Algonquin family, and especially with you all, and as COVID restrictions were being lifted, I became excited that we could provide for you this ceremony, which is much more like traditional commencement ceremonies of the past than we ever thought would be possible. Because at its essence, a graduation is the ceremonial and literal crossing of a threshold in your life, and here on our stage. And taking note of moments like those, of crossing literal and symbolic boundaries, is important. As an English teacher, my favorite unit to teach was The Hero's Journey, a literary template with ancient roots and many, many contemporary iterations. As you probably know, The Hero's Journey is a literary prototype wherein a reluctant protagonist is forced to leave a world of comfort and stability, an ordinary world, to complete an adventure in a far-off place. Some examples include Perseus leaving his cozy island, a young King Arthur leaving his adoptive home, even Marlin from Finding Nemo, who ventures far away from the coral reef. At some point, hopefully sooner than later, you may leave this place of comfort and safety and strike out on your own. You're probably nervous and most definitely excited, and some of you are, like Perseus, Arthur, and Marlin, reluctant. I wish you luck on your journey as you possibly face a crisis or two and hopefully reap the rewards you seek. You will, like heroes in ancient texts and Hollywood blockbusters, return home, but you will have been changed and returned with newfound wisdom and strength. And I am confident that you will apply this wisdom and strength to make a difference in your community and to impact your own future. Scholars have identified several other components of the classic hero's journey. I've just given you a brief overview of the key steps that are most easily recognizable in ancient texts. Except I left one out. Most hero myths require that the protagonist cross a threshold to declare through his or her actions that they will take on the challenge before them. It is their first act of bravery. Odysseus leaves Ithaca, and Eleven goes back to Hawkins' lab. And it can be scary. In a pivotal moment in Finding Nemo, Marlin asks, "How do you know that nothing bad won't happen?" Dory responds, "I don't. And neither do you, or me, or your parents." My only advice is that which you have learned already from your teachers, from your parents, and from each other. Mostly, just think back to what you learned in those hero tales. Step outside of your comfort zone and accept the help you need when you need it. Without doing those things, Arthur never is king, and Marlin doesn't find Nemo. That moment can be a scary one, but it's as much a part of the hero's journey as the more obvious parts. And it's what the ritual of graduation is all about, crossing a threshold. As this past year unfolded with its many challenges and disappointments, it was unclear if we would be able to have this event at all, to hear your name announced, and to cross the stage in front of your classmates and loved ones. What you have been hoping for, which we will do shortly, was to do what the heroes you have all read about or saw in movies do, to ceremonially put behind them the comfort and safety of their younger selves and to go out into the world. In just a few moments, you will cross this threshold literally and figuratively. Soon after that, you will leave our campus, your home, for the past 4 years, a place of stability and of comfort, and you will begin a grand adventure, and I wish you great luck as you do. Graduates, I hope you think back fondly to your 4 years at Algonquin, and I wish you the best of luck next year, wherever you go and whatever you do. Congratulations. And now I am pleased to introduce the co-advisors of the class of 2021, Ms. Brittany Burns and Mr. Sean Staines, to present the individual members of the class of 2021.
David Joseph Gillingham.
Jake William Clancy.
Fabiha Jaheen Kareem.
Sophia Abdulina.
Sarah Abushley.
Michael Stephen Adrianson.
Mariam Fatima Ahmed.
Scott Nicholas Alberti.
Nicholas Robert Alcock.
Libby Elizabeth Alford.
Quinn Xavier Alston.
Laura Marie Anderson.
Olivia Marie Ansaldi.
Henry Michael Antino.
Andrew James Arcona.
Amanda Patricia Eris.
Taylor Brian Armstrong.
Elise Jill Arvanigian.
Ava Rosette Amy.
Nathaniel Baez.
Adriana Luisa Baldelli.
Amanda Fernandez Barcelos.
Caitlin Elizabeth Bardsley.
Olivia McKinley Battles.
Gabrielis Lucas Bezikas.
Riley Andrew Bazinet.
Tyler Daniel Beauchene.
Johanna Babawi.
Lainey Elizabeth Bekta.
Michaela Bennett Burke.
Anthony Carl Bianchi.
Jack Harrison Blair.
Christopher Russell Blake.
Christopher Brandon Black.
Matthew James Bocamozo.
Karsten David Bolos.
Mia Catherine Bolos.
Caroline Elizabeth Boudreau.
Sarah Robertson Bragg.
Cole Alexander Brooks.
Gabrielle Lisa Brudner.
Journal Léonce Devral Bruni.
Jacob Braden Budell.
Cameron Michael Kagan.
Molly Elizabeth Callahan.
Sophie Ann Callahan.
Grace Ann Campbell.
Megan Ann Cannon.
Andrew Carl Caracciolo.
Jared Robert Caracciolo.
Christopher Michael Isidore Carreras.
Jacob Philip Caruli.
Allison Renee Cashin.
Sarah Elizabeth Cassidy.
Nicole Michelle Castilla Villamil.
Jasmine Castillo.
Sophia Elizabeth Cavallo.
Joshua Michael Champion.
Jordan Beth Chastanay.
Parth Chaudhry.
Joshua Chang.
Emily Chernisky.
Aaron Walter Chisna.
Ryan James Clark.
Emily Hannah Clay.
James Edward Clifford.
Gabriella Alice Clune.
Grace Maria Coder.
Bryn Elizabeth Coughlin.
Juliana Grace Collette.
Ryan Patrick Connolly.
Esteban Alexander Contreras.
Ethan James Cosgrove.
Bruna Fernanda Costa.
Morgan Elizabeth Cody.
Kenneth Joseph Cox.
Sarah Elizabeth Crawford.
Lauren Ann Cullen.
Aiden Joseph Patrick Cushman.
Joseph Pavel Chakovitz.
Mateus De Silva.
Emma Isabel Dagg.
Aniketh Saireti Dondu.
Juliana D. Da Silva.
Brian Gerard Dawson.
Lauren Elizabeth Decker.
Christina Elizabeth DeFutis.
Danielle Alexandra DeFutis.
Julia Elizabeth Cobb.
Ray Kraus Del Rey.
Edward Joseph DeMichaelis.
Caitlin Marie Desio.
Aaron Barrett Desmond.
Spencer Michael Devine.
Timothy Patrick DeTulio.
Azra Junaidi.
Jordan Riley Doan.
John Robert Dobosh.
Joseph Garrett DeMulkey.
Owen James Donahue.
Carrie Lynn Donovan.
Sayla Grace Downey.
Grace Ann Duffy.
John Henry Dugan.
Ilias Jabril DuPont.
Bruno Dorokowski.
Nina Dorokowski.
Kaylin Rose Egan.
Marwan Salim El Rafai.
Omar Salim El Rafai.
Eliza Sylvia Ellis.
Kathleen Elizabeth Ely.
Philip Ronald Eppen.
Jason Sheriff Pham. Congrats, Phil.
Nina Dalal Farhat.
Julia Rose Farrell.
Rio Khan Ferguson.
Kendall Page Fernald.
Annabella Marie Fariolo.
Amanda Faye Ferris.
Isabella Maria Ferris.
Zachary Franklin Fear.
Alec Paul Fioramonte.
Annabelle Odette Fitzgerald.
Alejandro Miguel Foglia Loyola.
John Boyle Foster.
Patrick Flaherty Freeman.
Ethan Maurice Freshman.
Brooke Eleanor Gotti.
Nathaniel Thomas Gallagher.
Cole David Gamache.
Nola Catherine Garund.
Annie Lorraine Garden.
Dana Catherine Gaudette.
Joshua James Gauthier.
Gary Anthony Gentile III.
Megan Bette Gillerin.
David Johanna Gabron.
Edward William Gostick.
Catherine Olivia Gowdy.
Maeve Elizabeth Grandprix.
Adele Green.
Sabrina Elizabeth Greenwood.
Gregory Patrick Grimaldi.
Elena Nicole Grinblatis.
Amelia Takui Habib.
Andrew Jewett Haddon.
Cameron Hagigi.
Kian Hagigi.
Maeve Finley Hamling.
Connor James Hansen.
Eric Christopher Hansen.
Abigail Marguerite Harnett.
Megan Rose Harrington.
Grace Duffy Harris.
Grace Miwan Hartnett.
Lauren Marina Hartnett.
Nicholas William Hatch.
Thomas Churchill Hayes.
Adam Hamuda.
John Patrick Harold.
Isabella Sophia Heward.
Ahmed Ramadan Hiba.
Samuel Richard Hill.
Brady Cameron Hodge.
Nicholas John Hodge.
Mary Heather Hodgkins.
Catherine Julia Holmes. Oh,
Jade Olivia Hom.
Aliyah Hassaninejad.
Timothy Vincent Noel Hostage.
Timothy Miles Howard.
Jason Joshua Hu.
Michael Ryan Hurley.
Olivia Louise Hurley.
Daniel Lewis Ironson.
Nathan Alexander Jag.
Sarah Elizabeth Jag.
Travis Nathaniel James.
Zaim Mehir Jamil.
Sarah Song Jang.
Lee William Jessup.
Catherine Barbara Johnson.
Lainey Elizabeth Johnson.
John James Jordan.
Shannon Elizabeth Judge.
Sanjay Narasimhan Kandati.
Jeff Michael Kearney.
Abby Madison Keene.
Olivia Catherine Kelly.
Abigail Colleen King.
Edna Duta Kanyanjui.
Marin Elizabeth Klein.
Andre Edward Knapp.
Russell Harry Kosofsky.
Matthew Frederick Lecuyer.
Isabel Ann Lagasse.
Danielle Marie Lambert.
Jennifer Kathleen Lambert.
William Frederick Lamburn.
Amanda Marie Lawrence.
Carissa Elaine Lee.
Yasmin Lee.
Alec Daniel Cooperstein.
Abigail Lee Lemieux.
Justin Sean Levy.
Andrew John Lynn.
Jared Chen Lin.
Becky Ananda Linares.
Isabel Rose Little.
Madeline Suhu Lawful.
Anna Marie Long.
Heather Ann Loretta.
Brandon Juan Liu.
Kelsey Rose Lyons.
Emma Elizabeth Lyseth.
Grace Ann Madden.
Leo Paul Magliano.
Wasim Rayad Mahmood.
Hannah Lily Mahoney.
Lola Barbara Mahoney.
Natasha Inez Malone.
Shay Maloney.
Zach Mansour.
Samuel Edward Martin.
Reza Masudi.
Gabriel David Maitreya.
Julia Robles Carrera Mazzi.
Brendan John McCarthy.
Michael Adrian McAvoy.
Lucy Eve McGlynn.
Brendan Banks McGrath.
Aiden Thomas McKenna.
Jada Marie McKinley Harden.
Kate Diane McNeil.
Lucy Jane McRae Spataro.
Keelan Ann McWalter.
Mikhail Hassan Medina.
John Edward Meehan.
Paulo Silveira Mello Furtado.
Kenya Lisette Mendoza.
Charles Benjamin Meyer.
Alessia Rose Miller.
Damian James Mitchell.
Curran Manoj Maholkar.
Dawson Adam Manas.
Devin Paul Montgomery.
Troy William Montgomery.
Joshua George Moses.
Sonia Joy Mott.
Clara Christine Elizabeth Moulin.
Ethan Joseph Moyer.
Rayhan Munsif.
Mira Mustafa. Elena Jane Nielsen.
Zachary Ron Newbold.
Charlie Van Wynn.
Ryan Hui Nguyen.
Madison Joy Norton.
Catherine Marie Novich.
Grace Caroline Nyberg.
Jessica Nicole O'Brien.
John Fergus O'Connor.
Karen Kathleen O'Connell.
Ian Miguel Sanchez O'Shea.
Angelina Lynn Oliveira.
Luke Allen Osatek.
Derek Powers Pasevich.
Christopher Lawrence Pacius.
Kevin Daniel Palma.
John Eldridge Parks.
Marley Chiari Parks.
Kyla Pelham.
Jackson Robert Philbrook.
Thomas Matthew Pianca.
William Matthew Pickett.
William Paul Plord.
Margaret Evelyn Poitras Cody.
Pranitha Kala Pavarapu.
Nicholas Ming Poon.
Morgan Elizabeth Potter.
Connor Robert Powley.
Shannon Rose Provençal.
Brady Daniel Quinlan.
Meredith Jean Rafferty.
Jasmine Kathleen Raguru.
Caroline Michelle Rapps.
Gabriela Beatriz Ricania.
Lucinda Dahl Ruder.
Ashley Terry Rex.
Alex Renee Reyes Rodriguez.
Pedro Martins Ribeiro.
Ainsley Kayla Rice.
Eric Scott Riley.
Anna Rosemary Reardon.
Joseph Soika Reardon.
Lindsay Rodman.
Brandon Emilio Rosales.
Hayden Paul Rosenberg.
Anna Romancev.
Haley Elizabeth Roy. Dejiana Marie Rufo.
Alicia Jolie Rusamano.
Haley Sophia Reberchek.
John Sammer Sadek.
Sarah Naz Saeed.
Jonathan Ralph Sambuki.
Sebastian Omar Samir.
Ria Anika Sathner.
Brandon G. Solnian.
William David Saulnier.
Robert Jacob Scharf.
Kendall Simone Scott.
Rhea Ann Sagal.
Matthew Harrison Semmel.
Nicholas Tyler Cito.
Michelle Shabab Gamal Shaker.
Isabel Anna Shakespeare.
Emma Yajin Sheck.
Jack David Shemlegian.
Abhay Singh.
Shakila Savirajan.
Miranda Jane Slingluff.
Billy Wilson Smith III.
Jamie Ileana Smith.
Deji Soboyajo.
Joanna Solomon.
Yame Rodriguez Souza.
James Evan Stimulus.
Christina Grace Stasis.
Emily Ann Stockman.
Emma Evelyn Stott.
Hope Christina Straight.
Anna Karina Subat.
James Patrick Sullivan.
Bharathan Sundar.
Shravya Shri Tanakela.
Mariana Tranquillini Tavares.
Ryan Christopher Thibodeau.
Hannah Faith Thornton.
Abhinav Tripathi.
Acacia Lanting Trong.
Chloe Grace Trong.
Joseph Rudolph Uxsnyder.
Nicholas John Uzar.
Jeffrey Alexander Valentine.
Jason Patrick Vani.
Emily Fernanda Vasquez.
Max Veer.
Robin Elizabeth Snow.
Sharda Vishwanath.
Nathan Lawrence Vroman.
Kyle James Walker.
Ryan William Walker.
Cullen Peter Walsh.
Carrie Marion Bridget Walsh.
Andrew Allen Walton.
Raven Rosa Watanabe.
Gavin Lucas Weinberg.
Benjamin Bond Westfall.
Rachel Michelle White.
Madawa Pasindu Wijaratna.
Caitlin Noel Wilworth.
Colin James Wing.
Victoria Rose Witkowski.
Emily Wu.
Karthik Reddy Yalala.
Aliyah Tinlan Yan.
Bennett Charles Yee.
Enrique Antonio Yee.
Catherine Rose Zaya.
Andrew Alexander Zalev.
Catherine Zhang.
Thank you, Ms. Burns and Mr. Staines. Seniors, please stand. In just a moment, David will lead you in turning your tassels, but not until I explain the following. As principal of Algonquin Regional High School, it is my duty and honor to certify that the members of the class of 2021 have fulfilled the requirements for graduation as designated by the Northborough-Southborough Regional School Committee and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Congratulations.
All right, so to signify your graduation, will you please move your tassels from the right to the left on the count of 3? All right. Oh, sorry. Yeah, if you did it early, now you can't graduate. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Congratulations, graduates. Now our student marshals will guide you out in the procession. Stay classy, and teachers, please take your attendance this period.